Yo, what's good, YouTube? This is Jay from TNJ, and welcome back to the Long Beach State Dynasty. Here in season number 3, we are here to look at the top recruits here going into season number 4's freshman class. And let's just check out our first top, I guess I'm going to just call him 150. He's 151 in the nation in high school recruiting. This is Brian Vincent, a big man that is a very good post player. Now, inside presence is something that has been very, very prevalent and a big difference between seasons 1, 2, and 3, because this year we are out rebounding teams, and it's really, really showing because we're in games a lot more this season, and it kind of shows, to be honest. So we want to recruit more big men and more versatile big men. I think that, you know, what we need is kind of a guy that's a defensive specialist in the middle. I like Madoki coming off the bench. I think that Brian Vincent could come off the bench and be a scorer. We don't have a big man scorer off the bench right now. I really like Blaine Ashley as a big man, but I think Brian Vincent is a very good athletic guy that can rebound the basketball, score. He can also play make a little bit. He averages 3.8 blocks as well, so he actually is the complete package in the middle. He's 6'9", good size as well, 208. I think he is a perfect guy to come off of the bench and be kind of a scorer who can also spot start as well. He will be the first and only scholarship we give out. We have 3 total, so I'm gonna wait to see if I want to go after these next 2 guys. Next is Derek Haywood. He is 6'6", the number 455 overall. Man, is he fast. He can run the floor like no other. Awesome size. He can be a point guard at 6'6", so he can guard the smaller guards as well and kind of lock them down, and his speed is just elite. He can get to the basket whenever he wants, and honestly is such a good player. Now, when we brought him into camp, I kind of gave him the John Wall comparison. Remember John Wall at Kentucky? Everybody was saying that, hey, this guy is the fastest player on the floor at all time. And I think that, you know, I could kind of groom him into being a better shooter. But I think right now, I think that he's just going to be kind of a guy that's going to run the floor and kind of get to the basket when he needs to. He's also very, very athletic, so watch out for him in transition. That's going to be his bread and butter. And like I said, he's kind of a lankier guard, so at 6'6", he's going to be a guy that can defend, but we're going to need to get that shooting up, much like we did with Spratley. Remember how bad Spratley was in his freshman year? Now he's a junior, actually leading our team in three-point percentage, and he's actually taken the 2nd or 3rd most threes on the team. I mean, that kind of shows the growth. I think that's what we're going to have to do with Haywood just a little bit. Now, we are the number 1 school on his list, and honestly, if we offer him a scholarship today, I think he would commit. But with 3 total scholarships, I definitely want to wait till the offseason to really kind of keen in on the last 2 guys we will offer scholarships to, because remember, there's another pool of guys that open up in the offseason. Now, an interesting guy I'm going to bring into offseason recruiting probably is Vic Vaughn. He's a mid-range specialist, and he's going to be a guy that is going to be kind of a post player, and that's kind of it. He's not going to really get to the basket too easily. He's going to be a guy that's going to have plays called for him. The motion offense will definitely work in his favor, and we have not used the motion offense as much this year because we've had guys that can kind of score one-on-one and hit threes in a hurry, so we haven't had the need to draw up a lot of plays for guys, but Vic Vaughn is definitely one of those guys. We're going to have to draw up some plays to get him going. Now, one thing I wish he did better was shoot from 3-point land a little bit better, but I think that's something we can work on, just like I just talked about with Haywood and Spratley. I think that that's something that we can develop in his game. Now, we're only going to look at the top 3 recruits because with 3 scholarships, I'm not going after many guys, and I like our young guys coming off of our bench, so I'm not going to recruit heavy this year. I think that next year could be a heavy year because we're going to be missing Zion Storm, remember. JD Joyner's a senior this year. He's going to be graduating, so he's going to be gone. And then also Spratley and Helcott will be gone. Well, at least Helcott will be gone next year, but then Spratley's going to be gone with Zion Storm going into his senior year. So I think that next year's recruiting class will be a little bit heavier. So we hop into more non-conference play before hopping into conference play in this episode, and we go up against Oral Roberts, who has a very good team. And let's see if we can come back here. 9 minutes left here in the second half. Here's a jump shot this time, and that is Zion Storm who's getting us going, still leading our team in scoring. He's led us all 3 years in scoring in this series. And here is Macklin in the corner, coming off of the bench. Now he's kind of a spot starter. I mean, I start him sometimes, and I kind of have him coming off the bench as well. I think he's proven that he can score in bunches. Here's a missed shot this time by Oral Roberts inside, but rebounded and put back up and in. And they stretch this lead back over to 4 points. Here another shot in the post, and that time over 2 guys. That is a jump shot, and now it's a 6-point lead here with 7.5 to go. So here's Storm on the perimeter, passing it back to Macklin, who hits the 3. Macklin has such an easy jump shot. It's very, very smooth and a quick release as well. As now that we're down by 3, but Oral Roberts just keeps coming back in this one, hitting that one, and they get it to a 5-point lead. But we do work it around here on defense. This time a steal in transition. Here is Storm working it up the court, puts on a behind-the-back move in traffic, and he gets it to go. Maybe a little bit of contact, but nice lefty layup by Storm. It's now a 1-point game with 3 minutes left. But here's Oral Roberts working this motion offense around. They have a very efficient game, and now it's to a 3-point lead as Storm works it back up the court, passing over to Blaine Ashley off the bench. He's got 11 rebounds in this game. He is a very good rebounder. We're going to have to use him a little bit more with Baz Helcott, giving Helcott a break. But here's Oral Roberts. They just keep answering back. That is an and-1 foul on Ashley, and now it's up to a 4-point lead, under 2 minutes left. Here's Contavious Morgan looking for a shot, working it to the corner. This time Storm tries to pump fake, but he gets into a spot, shoots, and it's off. But William Caesar's on the rebound, missed again, block shot, and it's going to be a foul. Amos Duffy gets the call. And now William Caesar goes to the line, almost averaging a double-double. But look at what happens. The game freezes, down by 4, 1.5 minutes left. This has been happening quite a bit. And I think this is kind of an issue with this game. I think a lot of people that have played this game have seen the freeze issue. I'm not sure why it happens, but it did. And we end up actually losing. We simmed it. I'm not going to go ahead and play that game once again. We ended up losing. And we end up losing to Old Dominion right after that. So our non-conference schedule ends up being an 8-7 record. And it's actually better than the 5-10 we had last season. So just remember that. We were 5-10 last year in non-conference, 8-7 this year. And I think that our non-conference schedule this season was a lot harder than last year. So that's a pretty good improvement for this team. Now, I am going over the rosters for each of the teams because remember, you guys submitted your guys, and now you guys get to see if you are on the squad. So let me know down in the comment section if you guys see your guys. Some of these guys are going into their junior and senior seasons, so I tried to rename a lot of the freshmen and sophomore that maybe were redshirted or that didn't get a chance to play, and I kind of highlighted the top 10 guys on each depth chart, I guess you can say, in each roster. Make sure those top 10 guys are renamed because those are the guys that get the most playing time. And you can just see Pepperdine is there. Remember, Dalton Jett did transfer to Pepperdine, and I'm not even sure if he's going to get in because he has to sit out a year. And then he also is the lowest rated guy on the squad. He's 68 overall right now. That would land him last on the bench. So I'm not even sure why he transferred away. I mean, he was getting decent playing time with us. Maybe he thought he was a starter caliber, but then he transfers to a team in Pepperdine who's one of the best underrated teams in the nation. They're going to be that way every year. They have 4 losses on the year so far. So looking at San Diego now, our last team here in the conference. Let me know, like I said, down in the comment section if you see your guy. I'm looking forward to playing all these guys. We will get through conference play fairly quickly. I think I'm going to use about 2 episodes to get through it because the tournament is what I really look for. So we are going to hop into this matchup to open up conference play, going up against Portland, who is 1-14. 1-14. They have won 1 non-conference game. They are absolutely terrible. So we need to win this game because we need to set the tone right here in conference play. So Helcott gets the start at center. I was starting Blaine Ashley for a little bit just to give Helcott a little bit of a rest. So here we are at home to start out conference play. Here's a corner 3. Tamir Macklin gets the start in this one, and he hits the 3, giving Joyner a chance to come off the bench and lead this second unit. So here is a bucket given up inside. Portland does tie it up at 4 apiece, but here is Storm, this time on the perimeter. He hits it. 7-4 to start out this game. Storm is once again leading his team in scoring, 17 points a game. And here's a jump shot this time. That's Justin Thompson Jr. and he is a sophomore coming into this season, and he gets a couple of buckets here, and that one gets it to go. And one, Portland 8-7 to start this game. And let's see a little foul on William Caesar. He tried to get the block that time. Remember, William Caesar is top 5 in blocks as well in the conference. One of the best defensive power forwards we have in this series. So here's a corner three this time. Tony Monson getting going, bringing us back a little bit as we were down by 5. Now down by 2 points. Here is Macklin now from 3. And that's going to be good to go. Storm setting up his teammates nicely. Macklin's got 6 early points. So now here's a fadeaway 3 this time by Storm. Missed, but a rebound. Blaine actually on the boards. He comes off of the bench, and he gets one to go as Portland does come back and take the 1-point lead here. 5 minutes left. Here is Spratley on the perimeter working it around to the top. This is Joyner off of the bench, and he hits it, giving us the 2-point lead. 6 lead changes already here in the first half as now Portland works their way back, and now they tie this game back up. It's 20 apiece here with 4.5 to go. So here's Joyner getting the pick and roll. He takes it himself all the way to the hoop. Nobody rotates. That's an easy 2 for J.D. Joyner. He's got 5 off the bench. So here is Terrence Martin passing it inside, and that is Blaine Ashley again. I really like Blaine Ashley. He is 6'11". He's got the size. He can rebound, and that size also helps him defend. So here in transition, step back 3. Storm hits it. And now it's a 6-point lead for Long Beach. It was just tied up 4.5 minutes to go. Now it's under 2 minutes. Here is Helcott with the steal in transition, taking it all the way. The big man. It's now up to a 8-point lead, but Portland does get a bucket. But here's another 3. This time it's Tamir Macklin. He knocks it down. He's got 3 threes in the first half. And now it's up to a 12-point lead here. We're going to hold it for the last shot to end the first half. Here is Storm working it after the pick to the corner. Back to Monson. Monson, fake jump shot, back out to Storm, and he beats the buzzer. 14-point lead here to end the first half. Remember, that was a 20-20 game. Portland scores 3 points in the final 4.5 minutes. It's now a 37-23 lead, a big-time lead here in the first half. So here we go. Can we continue this run to start the second half? Here is Macklin starting it out right away with the corner 3, 17-point lead. That is the biggest lead of the game. And now here we are once again, another corner 3. Macklin again knocks it down up to an 18-point lead. How about this run that Long Beach has went on? But here's Jay Smith, their leading scorer. He knocks that one down, the fadeaway jump shot. And that's the sophomore Jay Smith. He and Justin Thompson are both sophomores, both leading this team in scoring. There is a deep three-pointer that time by Malik Moore, the junior. They will have all 5 of their starters returning next year, but with a 1-14 record, they need more than just what they have in the starting lineup. They definitely need to recruit a little bit better. So here's a missed shot opportunity and a rebound by Spratley, but taken in traffic. Maybe got away with a little bit of contact, but he gets it to go. So here with the 11-point lead, J.D. Joyner in transition now. He's getting going. And now you can just see, I don't think this Portland team has enough offense to keep up with Long Beach driving into the lane. This time it's Storm with the left hand over the big man. And now it's up to a 13-point lead here. 5 minutes to go. Storm, another bucket inside. This time it's a dunk. And now it's down to a 10-point lead, but a minute and a half to go. I'm sure they're running out of time here. They give Macklin some space in the corner, and he knocks it down. That's 6 threes for him in this game, and now it's under a minute and a half to go. Here is Storm getting the pick from William Caesar, passing it out to the corner. J.D. Joyner, and he hits it. Everybody's hitting threes in this game, and it looks like that's all she wrote. 16-point game. Helcott working it to the corner again. Joyner, it's good. 18-point lead with a minute left. And Portland just does not have enough. They're going to drop their 15th game of the season. How about the game from Macklin in the starting lineup? Then J.D. Joyner came off the bench hitting threes. And I really like that we can give our starters breaks. And I think that shows the depth of recruiting that we had in season number 2, adding to the guards off of the bench. And we definitely give our starters a break, a much-needed break. It helps us in those game cast situations where we're simming and seeing the results of a lot of games, because now we see that a lot of guys coming off the bench like Tony Monsetti, he has big games. Blaine Atchley does as well. And this game was Tamir Macklin. He did his thing. Joyner had double digits as well, along with Storm. But Macklin led the team in scoring this game with 21. And for Portland, it looks like Thompson had 7, Smith had 12, and Jacobus also had 15. But they were pretty much quiet points. I mean, I didn't see anybody really taking over for Portland, and it shows. That's why they only have 1 win on the season. So we continue conference play here. We start out 1-0, and now we face Loyola Marymount, and let's see what we can do versus them. Same starting lineup that we had last game, and it looks like we are out to a double-digit lead here to start the second half. And it looks like we just do not give it back. We end up winning this game by 24 points, 81-57. Great victory. Out-rebounded them 41-38. 16 assists as well. Good team win. As next we go up against Gonzaga. And I'm going to wait to play Gonzaga until the conference tournament if we do face them, because they are undefeated at this point. And honestly, their season has been amazing, and I don't think it's worth really playing them right now. I want to get the wins that matter. I don't think we're going to lock up that 1 or even 2 seed, to be honest, because Pepperdine is going to beat down everybody in the conference. Gonzaga is going to beat down everybody. So I want to beat up on everybody else and fight for that 3 seed. We definitely want the best seed so that we do end up facing the lower seed, or I guess the lowest seed possible in the conference tournament. That's kind of our goal here. We were a 4 seed last year. I want to get that 3 seed this season. Then we face Portland again, and this is the 4th game, or the second game in 4 games that we play them. And now with 3.5 to go, 68-68, I'm going to hop into this. We need to make sure we sweep them here in the season series. Let's see if we can get it going. We fast forward just a little bit. Now there's 51 seconds left, down by 2. So here is Storm with possession at the top. It looks like they're in the 2-3 zone. We get the pick. We pass it around. Looks like Helcott's cutting, and we find him for the dunk. How about Helcott with the jam? And now it's a 70-up game. But here is Portland coming back, and that is going to be a bucket that time. And that is Jay Smith getting it in traffic. And now we hold it for the last shot. 10 seconds left. We get the pick from Helcott. Storm working around for a shot. It's deflected. Trying to pass to Contavious Morgan, and he takes the 3, and it is off. I'm not sure if he even got that shot off, but it ends up being a loss here, 72-70. The game freezes right here. Another one of those freezing, but we end up losing that game, and we start out the year 10-9. And that was very unfortunate. I was looking to start this conference play out 3-1. We ended up losing that time to Portland once again. And now we have 10 games left on the schedule. We play St. Mary's back-to-back, Santa Clara, Loyola, Pepperdine, Santa Clara again, and then Gonzaga for the second time this year. Then we end the season with San Diego, Pepperdine, and then San Diego again. So we'll have to see how this season will go. I'm looking to lock up that 3 seed and hopefully get into the bubble in the NCAA tournament. If we don't make the NCAA tournament, that is the goal, obviously. I want to try and make the NIT. That would be amazing as well. We have not played in that tournament at all this year. But I'm really looking forward to dominating in conference play. I want to dominate the other teams that are not Pepperdine and Gonzaga. Obviously, I want to play well against them. But I think the 3 seed is our realistic target here this season. So hit subscribe, hit that like button. More LBSU Dynasty coming soon, so stay tuned. Let's get it. Let's go. The ones who don't deserve it seem to be the ones that get it. The ones who speak the truth never get the recognition, but the ones that act foolish seem to get all the attention. It don't matter though, yeah, and it don't even matter though.